everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've got Miss Kyle in the house with me today. Hello, Kyle.
Hello.
And we're kind of matching.
Kind of. We planned it.
Yes, we did. We called
I'm
each
the
other
third
this
twin.
morning. And we look just alike, don't
Just
we?
alike.
Absolutely. Well, if not facial features, definitely an attitude.
Oh, yes.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but
Taught me a couple things.
yeah, and same to you. Yes, exactly. Welcome everyone to Three Themes Live, where theme number 1 is something to smile about, theme number 2 is something to learn, and theme number 3 is something to discover. Let's go. Everyone, welcome back to Three Themes Live. I'm Kris here at my girlfriend's quilt shop, and I'm so happy to have you here today. Thank you for joining us from wherever you might be in the world. Speaking of, we have a wonderful group of women who are here in Cache Valley, Utah this week, and a few of them decided to join us here in the studio today. So welcome, ladies. Yay! We're so excited to have them.
And a guy.
Oh, and a guy. Yes, yes. Oh, so sorry. This is affectionately known as Grumpy Bear.
Oh.
Yes, this is Grumpy Bear, and we love him.
My daughter calls my husband, her dad,
Yes.
Grumpy Pants.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
maybe Grumpy Pants and Grumpy
He's
Bear
one
should
of
go
our
to
favorites.
lunch.
Yes, they should.
Well, I want to sing you to a song.
Oh, good.
One of these things is not like the other.
well,
One
that
of
is
these things
true.
just doesn't belong.
That's how we put you in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. We're your bookends today, Allison. I've got Allison and Kyle with me today, and it is so much fun. We're having such a great time at galas. You know, when we talk about people coming from all over, it truly is. I mean, we have some women here, even from Canada, on the east coast of Canada. So they have come from all over, and it is our Galas Week. It's the inaugural Galas Week this week here at my girlfriend's quilt shop. And we have 3 more after this, so it's not too late if you want to be a part of it.
3 more galas?
3 more galas, yep. So it's very, very fun. Are you ladies having a good time? Yes. Good.
Well,
We're
I
excited
have
to hear
learned
that.
something.
What's that?
I always thought I was the life of the party. I was the first one to go to bed last night.
Yeah.
The first one. I'm like, okay, I cannot stay awake
Yeah.
as long as they all did.
I
Kyle,
know.
I had to go home and go to bed. And
Well, I was
not,
priority in bed.
Yes, probably.
I know, I was going to say, Kyle, how long did you last?
I didn't even come.
Tonight you could.
Tonight,
I'm
I
sure.
could.
I'm volunteering you.
Oh, you're so
No, I'm
nice.
holding you. There
I
you
like
go.
it a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so fun. We have done so many fun things at galas. So
Yep.
we've taught 2 demonstrations.
Yes.
Cindy actually did a demonstration today on the 10 Sisters grid.
Get
And
out.
yes, and she
That's
did a
awesome.
great job.
She wanted to do a little practice, you know, beforehand, and so I was watching her, you know, putting things together. She was
fun.
ready.
I said
She's
to
a
her,
pro.
okay, guess what? You've been with us now 2.5 years. You can't say I'm new anymore because you're not
Exactly.
new
Yes,
anymore. So does
exactly.
everybody agree? She is now from
she's
novice to
full-fledged.
beginner. No more I'm
Absolutely.
new. No more.
Yeah,
She's got to own it.
Well, these ladies, they have their projects.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I've been watching them, and they thought they came with a lot. And after last night, it just keeps getting larger and larger and larger because they had way too much fun at the shop last night.
Yes.
I do not want to go and see what they're working on because then I'm going to need to do it.
Well, of course you are.
I have that
Yes.
phobia that I need to be a part of it.
Absolutely. And I think that's probably what happens at events like this because someone picks up a kit and then they're at their table and they go, I want that, right? You know, I want to be a part. Am I right? Yes, exactly. And that's okay. You know what? That's what life's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Got to have some
And
fun.
where's Dawn? She didn't come over today. Dawn, Oh, I don't see her. She embraced the Wonder Curve ruler this morning,
Yes.
and so we had a kind of a little one-on-one. She did a fantastic job.
Nice.
And she's working on pumpkins. So.
She thought it was scary.
fabulous.
I thought it was scary, but then I made something out of it. The
right.
nativity. Yeah.
And it's not so scary.
No.
It's
No,
fantastic.
it's a great
Yes.
ruler.
So.
And we are going to be talking about another ruler today, and that is for theme number 2, because all this week we are talking about everything scraps. In fact, the theme is scrappy is where it's at.
Right.
Do you love working with scraps, ladies?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but then I have to iron everything because I've just stuffed it in a big ball.
Well, I
know.
don't love scraps. I'm a scrap thrower. What? Yes, I know, blasphemy.
I know.
I know. I have plenty, but I have started throwing a lot of my scraps, and I have paid the price a little bit.
When
so-
you wish you had that,
Yes.
just that little piece.
Right, that little piece of bread.
Yeah. Okay,
Not
so
that little.
so here's the question. You're speaking of little. How about, do any of you out over here,
No.
do you, I kind of have a feeling the answer is going to be no from you, but selvages, do you keep your selvages?
I give mine to
No.
Rebecca.
There you go, because Rebecca loves to do salvage projects.
I
No?
do not.
No?
I
Okay.
cut them, and
How
it
about
always
out
hurts
here?
my heart.
That
It's like throwing
does,
away
yeah.
a plant half dead because they're
Yes.
beautiful. They
Some
have all
of them
these
are really
colors
cool.
and sayings and everything on
Well,
there, but I do throw them.
They didn't used to be something that we would even pay
They were just
even
annoying.
close attention to, right?
Right.
But in the last few years, I mean, salvage projects have really taken off, and there's a lot of people who love to collect them because, again, let's make sure everyone knows what a salvage is. It's that that bottom little part that's just
kind of-
parallel to
yeah,
the
it tells like a
what the
title.
pattern is and all
And
that.
what color
But
threads
now
are
they
in.
make them so cute with all different, different icons on there
Yeah,
that
something
have to
from
do with
the
it.
fabric.
Sayings, the
Exactly.
name of the fabric.
And one of the reasons why I love the selvages too is because, especially for someone who's brand new at actually, choosing quilts, fabrics for a quilt, they can actually take that focus piece that they absolutely love, find the selvage, you can see all the different colors that would go with that, and then you take it around with you in the store and you start pulling from the selvage.
That's a good idea.
So that's just
Never thought
an
of that.
idea here. Sheila says in the comments that yes, she has a whole bucket of selvages, and Sybil has been saving the selvages for several years. Okay, ladies, have you made something
She
with
could
them?
make a bedspread out of it.
Maybe Sybil could. Maybe
No.
she could. And Mindy
Be a
said
lot.
she's with you. She's also a scrap thrower.
Yeah,
so,
I throw.
Sometimes times call for just chucking it, and times call for when you say, you know what, this is too good of a scrap not to keep. Kind of like a box, right?
Yes,
yes,
Like, is
absolutely.
this box
Right.
going to be, do I
Who
check it?
knew
or-
adulthood would be deciding if it's a good box
That's
or not?
right.
I love all those.
Exactly. How true that is. So, so we did a little call out asking for some of you to send us in some pictures of some selvage projects that you've worked on. And we got a few of you to be able to send them in. And one in particular I was so excited about because this is Marla, and she's actually here at Galas this week with her mom, Sandy. And I love this quilt that she did. She did a book quilt, but the selvage she used as the binding.
Oh, how
now,
cute.
isn't that a
Good
clever idea?
Yeah, that's darling.
Really good idea, Marla. And I also love the bag that she made. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but look at those selvages going up and down that bag.
I have a small bag that I
It's-
put my crochet needles in because now I'm a crocheter.
Oh, yes, yes, you are. Yes, fancy pants
I
right
am.
here.
Pinkies up.
Pinkies up. So I just thought that was absolutely darling.
Isn't that funny?
Oh, her and I always do pinkies up.
You
When-
should have seen her walking this
when we're
morning.
fancy.
This morning, she was
Quiet,
pretending she
quiet.
was in New York, and she was walking. And Janice, who is also from New York, says,
I'm
"Yeah, if
from
you
New
walk
York.
like that, they
York.
would make fun of you." So I'm just imagining her pinkies up.
Here we go. Oh my goodness. Well, so thank you, Marla, for sending that in. Let's look at a couple more. We've got this from Heidi Todd that looks
How
like
cute.
she made a darling little pin cushion from her selvages. And we have Christy Trinnell, who made a little mug rug. And if you can tell on there, you know, sometimes people have questions about how do you sew with selvages, and I think this one is a really good example, because what it looks like to me as I'm taking a closer look at is that she cut the selvage, but she also cut about probably a 1/2 inch of the fabric
That's
onto
what
it.
Rebecca does.
So it kind of goes back and forth between
so
selvage and
cute.
fabric, which I think is a great idea. So I know that when we did the call out for selvages a few weeks ago, there were a few questions that came up where people said, can you share with us some tips for sewing with selvages? And the thing that I would share is, first of all, there's really no rules to it. I mean, you could just have fun with it. I've seen aprons made with selvages. I've seen the handbags, the mug rugs, things like that, entire quilts. But the difference with sewing with a selvage versus sewing with just regular cotton is you're actually not putting right sides together. You need a foundation piece to lay the selvages on top of.
Okay.
And then all you do is you put the selvage right on top, you take your next piece, and you're sewing it directly on top of, and you're overlapping. So you're not putting right sides together and folding them out. You're just simply doing an overlap and an overlap and
Kind
an
of like
overlap.
an applique on top of the selvage.
Yeah,
Just a little
yeah,
bit with
kind
an
of like
eighth of an
it.
inch right on the edge.
Exactly. So if you're sewing on the bottom of a selvage, you're actually sewing on the top of the next piece at the same time.
Okay.
So that would be something to keep in mind, is that you don't do it like you normally would.
Because you don't have that 1/4 inch on both of them.
Exactly.
And then they're thicker.
Yes.
So I
They're
would think,
thicker,
yes,
they're
they don't
tighter,
lay.
it's a tighter weave.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't have that. And so that's why you don't want to put right sides together. So there
Oh,
you go.
very
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
Please don't bring me a quilt to quilt on the machine with a selvage on it.
Oh,
Because it does pull differently. It doesn't
it sure
stretch.
does. Yeah.
So-
There's no stretch to it.
No.
And that's and basically selvages are there because that's how the bolt of fabric is rolled, or before it even makes it to a bolt. You know, that's how the fabric is printed. And so when it goes through the screens, that's why you have the different die lots
Right.
there on the side. So
Yeah.
anyway, just something, you know,
Just
useful information, maybe.
Trivia
Somewhat to keep
waiting
in the
to
back of your
happen.
head. Exactly.
There
So
will be a test.
there will be a test, and if you're ever in a trivia game where they're asking about selvages, you will know the answer. So
You're welcome.
There you have it. All right, everyone. Well, as we get ready for theme number 2, and I mentioned before, we are going to be talking about a different ruler that we haven't shared with you before, and that is the Curvy Log Cabin.
I have
There's
to
a
laugh.
little story here. So do you want to share that?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, something to make you smile.
Yes, this will make you smile. I was asked to go and get a curvy ruler off the shelves, and Kris came down and she goes, well, did you get one? I said, no, we don't have one. We don't have one here at the shop. I don't know. And she walks right over and finds it. Why? Because it's not curvy. It wasn't curvy.
It's a square ruler, but it's called the Curvy Log Cabin.
Yeah.
And she was looking for something with curves.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
So
But you're going to see here in just a moment.
it's the
magic.
coolest ruler.
It is magical.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So I'm excited for us to head over to the sewing table, and Kyle and I will show you exactly how it works. And it is different from a regular log cabin ruler. It's going to now make some curves to it. And we all love a little
Yes.
curve. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll be back right after this.
Monday is St. Patrick's Day, and we all need a little luck when it comes to quilt binding, right?
That's right. We're going to show you what you need to know on how to bind your quilts. So don't miss this show. Let's go. We're going to help you create a quilt this year that not one other person on the planet will have, because it's your story.
What do I want to leave my little hunter?
What we are going to invite you to do is that you're going to create a 12.5-inch unfinished block every month, according to a theme.
I pulled those clothes out and I sat and cried for
for probably an hour because it was all of a sudden my dad's presence was there. I think that's my legend block.
I truly believe in life being a village and being a good villager. And this is a great way to leave my story so that my kids can see that being a good villager and telling their stories are important as well.
We would love to invite you to be a part of the Stitch Your Story Challenge for 2025.
These represent what I have done this last year. I've been to therapy, I don't know how many times, but this last year I could let go of a lot of things. I let go and I am the happiest I've been for a long time.
I just know that as I'm putting my blocks together and that I'm remembering and I'm kind of digging in. And if you haven't jumped on the Stitch Your Story train, you know what? If there's a reason that you haven't, maybe you don't have the time freedom or
Right.
that, but if you do, it has really been a little bit therapeutic.
Nice.
Welcome back, everyone, to Three Things Live. I'm Kris.
I'm Kyle.
And we are here to talk to you about a ruler that is pretty dang cool because it's not your typical log cabin.
No. And it does, I couldn't find it at the beginning.
And it's not curvy either. It's a square ruler, but it's called the Curvy Log Cabin.
No, I didn't actually read. That's my problem.
I can't imagine.
Reading instructions.
There you go. But that's okay because this actually is very, very simple to do, isn't it?
It is.
And
It is.
you actually put together some step outs for us as you're going to
did
guide
this
us through this. Yes.
by myself.
This is so pretty, Kyle.
Yes.
I really, really love it.
I love the colors.
We call this the Woodland Topper, and Rebecca is the one who designed this for us
She did a
today.
cool job.
Yeah, she did. And so when we talk about, log cabins, we're used to what a typical log cabin is,
yeah.
right?
They're all the
have a
same width.
center, and it goes around and around and around, and you're just doing it with strips. And this is the perfect project to make with scraps. You could use, obviously a jelly roll. You could use, some pre-cut yardage. But if you've got
Because it doesn't
scraps,
all have to be the same colors.
do it. No.
No.
No, absolutely. Or you could go same colors but different prints, right?
Good idea.
And that would kind of, add a
Because all the
dimension to
whites
it.
in this are different.
Yes, they are. Exactly. So with a typical log cabin, we're looking at the same size width of strips. But the reason why this one is different is because, let's see if we can get up close right here. It's going to be a little bit hard to tell, but we have a very thin strip that goes here and a very thin strip here and a thin strip here, where these are actually much wider, aren't they? So that is what gives us the illusion of a circle or a curve, right? Okay, I love that. So the really cool thing about this too, Kyle, is that you can actually
Move them.
move it, and depending on where you put those thin strips, you could get a completely different look. And actually during theme number 3, we're going to show you some different examples of how this actually can go a step further with other different blocks that look completely different, depending on where you put the thin and the thicker strips.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
That sounds cool.
Miss Kyle, show us how this was done.
Okay, I have practiced. I made that all by myself, but my favorite thing about this ruler is it has a QR code.
Yes, it does. Tell us what the QR code means.
So you can watch a video as you go along and stop it and start it and stop it
Fabulous.
and start it. I love that. That helps so much. But we're here to explain it. And if I get a little wild, Kris is here. I'm going to teach her how to use the ruler.
Yes, I can't wait. Okay.
Okay, so this is our favorite thing. And the ruler, I guess I need to have this down on the bottom, has for the wider strips and for the narrower strips, thinner strips, narrow.
Okay.
They call them narrow. So you're going to start out, let me see. Okay, this is our pattern. We did the same fabrics. It tells you what fabrics to use. And today, I only used one color of white.
That's okay.
Yep. I did not want to cut up a whole bunch of different whites, so I just cut out what I needed.
Okay.
And oh, one thing I have to tell you is when I started this and I asked Rebecca, I said, yeah, but why do I need 8 9-inch strips for the narrow? And she says, believe me, Kyle, you do. And believe it.
Trust the process.
Yes,
Okay.
read the instructions. Yes, yes, it's all true. Okay,
It's all true.
so what we're going to start out with, this is a block completed.
Okay.
Okay? I finished it. This is my center block. And it is was it a 2.5-inch block, I think it is?
Okay.
Yeah, 2 3/4 or something. Okay, so that is my center block.
Okay. It will tell you all these instructions.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
And you see this one? That
Yeah.
doesn't match.
No, it doesn't.
That is not the same size. And I'm like, oh, did I cut the instructions wrong? No. What you need to do, and here they are, right here. I'm going to sew the white to the blue.
Okay.
It doesn't matter which way you go on this one. Okay.
All right.
So we're going to sew those together.
Okay. So this is right sides together,
Right
quarter
sides
inch
together.
seam allowance. All right.
Look at
Come right
look
over
at you
here.
sewing. You're doing such a good job.
Are you being facetious, Kyle?
I'm being encouraging.
Nice. Yes, she is the knower and I'm the sewer today, as we like to say.
Yes.
So,
And-
okay.
And you see how light this fabric is? I would press that to the dark side.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're just going to finger press that for right now.
All right.
Don't put that down too far. Okay, so our next one is going to be another blue.
Okay.
Am I right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is my wider. This is
Yes.
like 2.5 inches. I can't really remember, 2 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to attach this to the blue and the white. So
Yeah.
it has to be as long as the two are joined.
Okay. Sure.
So we're going to sew that.
Okay. I can do that.
Look at you.
Keep doing the rah-rahs.
Rah-rah.
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 You're my hype girl today.
Okay.
All right.
And I tried to make this really complicated yesterday when I tried to do them again. And every time I sewed a strip, like both the blue strips, I wanted to go and trim it. Don't do that.
Don't trim until you're around the block, as
Look
they
at
say.
you. Look at you. Yes.
'Kay.
So I got that figured out. So
Okay.
there we are. They're the same size mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They're
that's
a little
okay.
ski-wampus.
They are. We like it that way.
But that's the beauty of this ruler, is because even if you get off just a little bit, this ruler gets you right back on track.
Absolutely. It'll be
Okay.
it'll be exact.
Okay.
Okay, so that looks a little squampus. Blah, blah. Oh, here's my white. Do you see my white? I've left it 9 inches, 9 inches long.
Okay, and this is a much narrower strip.
It is the narrower one. Do you know where this one goes?
No, tell me.
I will. It goes right there.
Okay.
And how do I
because
know?
We are going
how
around.
do you know?
Because we're going around and you're doing it in between the two that were just sewn.
You are
Or
just
that
so
seam
smart.
allowance.
Yep,
Yeah.
good job. So we're just going to put that right on there and sew that together.
Okay.
Chris is going to hate me by the time we're done.
No, I
You're
love
never gonna
you,
ask me to
Kyle.
teach you again, are
you
you?
kidding me? You've taught me so many things over the years.
Yeah, I have. Not sewing, but other things. Okay. Wow, that's really long.
That is really long. What are we going to do?
We're going to keep sewing.
Okay.
We're going to actually trim that off. I'm not trimming my block.
Okay. Just to give it, to
Yeah,
make
to
it a
make
little
it
bit
smaller.
easier to
Yes.
work with. Okay.
Actually,
So,
sometimes I don't cut them off. And then I'm-
again, that's one of the things that's great about this. I mean, I could
I'm
even put it
left-handed,
like
too.
that, right?
Yes, we're not trimming it. We
No.
are not trimming
We're just
our block.
making it doable. Okay.
Yes, so it's
All right.
workable. Okay. So then, what are we going to do now?
My guess is we're going to add another white block, right?
And that, yes, we're going to add another one.
Okay.
And this is still part of the 9-inch block. So we can do a complete.
Oh, that
the
9-inch
two.
strip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
strip,
right,
block,
right,
whatever
right.
it is.
Uh-huh,
Yes.
yeah.
And where are we going to put this one?
My guess is right here. Okay.
Good job. Good job.
All right.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to put that on there.
Okay, let's do it. All right. This is actually, you know, this could be a lot of fun because you don't have to.
It is a lot of fun, isn't it, Kris?
Oh my goodness, I'm having a blast. You don't have to overthink this one too much.
No, you don't, but I did.
Okay.
So I confused myself totally yesterday, and then I settled down. Okay. And I would press these each time.
Did you have Chris's voice in your head saying,
I did.
"It's okay, Kyle. It's okay.
You
Okay."
can do this. You're
Yes,
smart enough.
You are.
Okay, so
Okay.
we've got this.
All right.
I want it to end up looking like this.
Okay, so what do we have to do?
So I'm going to show you on this one. Oh boy. And here is our center square for, no, here we are. Kris, now I've done it. I've done it. Yes, this is the center square.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, it says center square right
Very
there.
good.
Okay.
You're good. Yes.
Okay.
So, and then these are our narrows.
Okay.
Okay. Nope, see, didn't work.
Okay. Well, let's see. Center square. Well,
Yes.
that's center square round 3.
Got it. Here is round 1. And it
Ding,
says
ding, ding, ding.
narrow. I did that on purpose, you guys.
Yes.
I really knew it. I really
Okay.
did. I just wanted you to know that don't panic.
Okay.
Okay, so
No
I
panic.
put that narrow round 1 in the white square.
Because we are in the first round.
You're so good.
Yes.
Yes, good
Okay.
job, Kris. I've taught you well.
Yes, you have. Mhm.
Okay, so then we're gonna, what?
Keep going.
Then we're going to trim it. This one doesn't need to be trimmed, but we'll go ahead
Okay.
and trim this one. Go
Okay.
ahead. Now, can you figure out where to put it again?
I think so.
Okay.
All right, but I would love to use the rotating mat.
Oh, good
to
idea.
help me with this. Okay.
Because you should see me yesterday trying to cut all kinds of crazy.
I-
Don't cut my finger.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I think I'm going to put it right here because it says narrow round 1.
Good
this
job.
is that square, and that's going to be what I trim off,
You're
right?
just trimming 2 sides. The
Perfect.
narrow side.
Okay.
Look
and
at
the
that.
reason why I love the rotating mat is
Gosh,
because
you can't live without a rotating mat
no,
anymore.
but you know what? You did this without one yesterday.
I know.
And you were cussing and swearing the whole time.
I was, because I was trying to go like this at one point. Not a good idea.
Okay, and then am I going to turn it?
Yes,
Okay.
you are going to, because
So
you're
now I
still
need
on
to
the narrow. We don't want the narrow.
No, I want the wider
wide.
now,
Yes.
right? Okay.
And round 1.
Yes.
'Cause we're
so
still on
this
round
is
1.
wide,
Yep.
round 1.
Good job.
My square goes over that center square, and now I know exactly where to trim it.
Because
right?
you have lined up this line
That's
on
why
your
it
seam.
makes it perfect. All right. Oh my
Easy,
goodness,
easy.
I'm just giddy. Okay. All right, here we go. Look at that. I'm not,
Good job.
having to strain my arm around.
No.
There we go.
Look
Wow,
perfect.
look
Perfect.
at that.
Look at that. We got 2 exactly the
Nice.
same.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you.
Good job. Good job. Okay, so then the next one, I just skipped. And look at this.
Oh no. What are we going to do, Kyle?
We're going to trim this.
Okay.
Because this is ready to be trimmed.
Sure.
Because now we're on our second row of the yellow and second row of the
Okay,
white.
of the white. So
Okay.
my guess
Okay.
is going to be if this was my center square,
Right.
correct? And I'm going to go on the narrow side, round 2, because are we on round 2?
We are on
We are
round
on round 2. Okay, so I'm going to
But
uh-oh.
we've got to turn this like this, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Because we're only trimming 2 sides.
Only 2 sides. You are right.
And they are marked so you can see them.
So you can see right here that it goes right on that seam allowance.
And they actually fit.
They
It actually
do.
lines up. That's the amazing
They do.
thing.
Okay, so I'm going to trim here and again right there. All right.
Awesome.
Okay. Whoops.
Okay, we still have a
Take
long
that
tail.
We do.
And we have something that didn't quite line up. I did that on purpose, you guys, okay? Just so you know.
Absolutely. Okay. So
Okay.
my guess is we're going to go to wide round 2.
Right, on the
Place
other
it right
side,
over
it's all the
top.
round cuts.
I mean, it tells you right there what
I
to
know.
do.
It's so-
okay.
so
this
simple.
is
Look at- see?
fabulous. It's not.
I'm magical.
It's all working out, Kyle.
Phew.
Okay, so here we go.
Perfect. perfect.
Wow. Now
our
you
second
can
round.
see the wide strips and you can see the narrow strips.
And that's what's giving them the curve look.
It's giving that, yeah,
Do you see that curve?
sensation of curves.
I did not see the curve when I first looked at it. Looks like a tulip.
Oh, well, look at that. That's a kind of a
Springtime.
clever thing.
Springtime.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
I like that.
so then-
okay, so you just keep on
Keep-
doing this
keep
round
going.
and round.
Yes, we could add, do you want to try adding you're going to cut 2 different sizes of each of the colors.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 2 different sizes.
Uh-huh.
I've cut extras. So we're going to start with our smaller cut,
Okay.
okay?
Let's pull this right up here. All right.
And so we're going to go right next to this. And the reason, this is how I remember.
Okay.
This is cut off right there. This
Sure.
goes beyond.
Right.
Okay.
So that's how you know to go
Uh-huh.
on that side.
Yeah, this is just this long.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So if I were to take this to the sewing machine, I would sew it all the way down like that and pull it out.
Right.
I would do the same thing on this side, right sides together, sew,
Right.
and then bring it out.
Right.
And then I just go ahead and
Do the white?
Do the white,
'cause you've got
and then I'm
2
doing
long-
the
you gotta-
last round, correct?
Right. And voila, we're magical.
Very much so. Look
There
at
it is.
that.
And this is trimmed. Look at this. Look at this. It's the exact size.
Whoa, whoa, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I love it because all my blocks will match up.
Oh my goodness. So
there
again,
any
if
questions?
you are not exact with your trimming, if you are not exact with your sewing, this ruler makes it perfect.
Absolutely. You know how frustrating it is trying to pull?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
I do. I do.
I do.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Kyle.
Uh-huh.
That's
Did
great.
you learn?
I did learn. Yes,
good.
absolutely I did.
Good.
And so let's take a look at, if this was the block, this is how it goes in. And then you're just basically
put a
doing a
border on
four
the
patch
outside.
and a beautiful border on the outside. This is the perfect little table topper, or if you just
I
had that
love
small wall in your room
Could
that
put a
you want to
plant
put
on
it
it.
on. A plant would be
With a
perfect on
protection
it.
underneath it.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you don't want to have, water and dirt.
Dang cats.
What?
I have 2 cats.
Oh,
You didn't
do?
even know that.
No, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, that is interesting, Kyle.
They
All
knock my
right.
plants off.
Yeah, so put a protection on there. That's a good idea. All right.
Valuable information.
Very much so. Well, if
Okay.
you are interested in this pattern, we have it on our website. It's called the Woodland Star Table Topper, and it's to be used in conjunction with that ruler, which is
see the
Curvy
curve?
Log Cabin.
Do you see the curve?
I'm seeing the curve.
Good
I'm
job.
loving the curve.
I know. I'm not a ruler person.
Really?
Shh, quiet. Yes.
Okay.
But I loved this.
Yes.
And once I figured it out and stopped panicking, I'm like, I could make these.
Yeah.
I could make these all day long.
You know what? Actually, once you get the hang of what you're doing, after the first block, the
Yes.
rest are going to be so simple.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. You're just going to go, oh, that made sense.
Especially when you don't have to do it in front of
Oh my gosh.
thousands of people either.
Yeah.
You're doing
And
great.
teach 'em.
And teach them. But you know what? I think you taught us all very well today.
Okay, thank
so
you.
thank you, my
Thank
friend.
you.
All right. Well, we hope you were inspired to try something new today with this really, really cool new table topper that we have for you. And I love, again, the spring colors.
I love
Game
how
changer?
big this is. Yes, because the
Game
whole
changer.
thing, the whole thing fit on there. I'm not trying to, just barely cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
it's fantastic. And
And
again, it just
it can
rotates around. So this
with
is
the grid.
This is the brand new Kimberbell rotating mat.
I'm gonna
So,
need one of those.
Yes, you are. We love them. All right, friends. Well, we're going to go ahead and move on to theme number 3. Be sure to stick around because we want to show you some other ideas of what you can do with this particular ruler. It's not for just doing the pattern we just showed you. Oh no, depending on where you put those colors, prints, and fabrics, it's going to change the whole look. And so make sure and stay around so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. We'll be back right after this.
March is here, and with it comes a new Stitch Your Story theme, Miracles.
It's an ongoing series where you tell your story in the quilt blocks that you're going to be making throughout the year.
Last week we had Angela Tilsher, the author of the book Miracle of the Mountain Quilt.
bravery isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet.
On top of all that, we learned how to resize your quilt block, and we discovered an amazing technique to transfer printed photographs onto your fabric.
Now, if you aren't watching yet, you are definitely missing out. Join us live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 1 p.m. Mountain and 3 p.m. Eastern.
We can't wait to learn about the miracles in your life.
Nature is my miracle.
So catch up by watching on YouTube and Facebook with the links below.
Three Themes Live is where we always have something to make you smile. Here you go.
Something to learn.
And something to discover. Let's go.
So the confetti table runner. This, you're going to do 6 of these blocks.
Okay.
Then you're going to do 6 of these going angle to angle or corner to corner. On our center is going to be a 14-inch piece.
If you don't want a llama, you can do whatever.
I found the easiest way on how to put it together was to make it into the 3 sections.
So this is where it's just a little bit tricky.
We're just going to lay these out. I found it was easier to make the 3 sections.
Okay.
That will go in that corner at the top. Now we are just going to attach our 2 sides. And again, tempting to make it match.
It is tempting. It is tempting. Don't do that at home.
Don't make it match. So what we're going to do is we're going to match our seam right here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so we've got it.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to Three Themes Live. We've got Allison back with us on set 3. What did you think of that ruler?
You know what? I love this ruler. It's really fun.
Yes.
But I was panicking just for a second.
Yeah, that's right. I know.
I knew what I was doing.
We were calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
Not
Chris's
a problem
eyes.
at all.
I was afraid you were going to have to whip out that QR code, or we were all going to have to watch it on set.
All together. All right.
Do they know how to do a QR? I know how to do a QR code.
I'm very impressed. Yes, QR
The
code's
little
very
things
simple.
with Kyle.
It is very baby steps.
That's okay, Kyle. We love what you just shared with us.
Yes.
And again, if you're just joining us, this is the table topper that Kyle just demonstrated, and it's an exclusive pattern from my girlfriend's quilt shop. See the curve. Well, let's talk about some other curves that you can do with the same ruler. Like I said before, if you just change up the direction of where you've got your narrower strips and your larger strips, you get a whole new look. So,
And if you get your block turned around, it's a whole new look again.
exactly. There you go. Take a look at this sample right here that Rebecca did. So, so beautiful. And we love this. I just love the scrappiness of it as we're talking about scraps.
My scrap pile doesn't look
Today?
as organized.
You know what? It could, though. If you were putting this all together, it certainly would. And
It's
that is
really darn-
gorgeous.
I need it.
Absolutely gorgeous. And if we back up the camera just a little bit, we're going to be able to definitely see a distinct curve going through. Can you imagine how beautiful this would be as a giant quilt, right? And
I could see it on the camera, on the screen, more than I could right here.
yeah, exactly. And so, you know, because of this curve that's happening here, you could actually create another pattern within a pattern, because you could have, let's say, you know, this is going this way. You have an opposite side going down this way and around this
Then
way.
you'd have
almost have like a
around the world, yeah.
trip around the world quilt, but with using the Curvy Log Cabin. So I love that
Depending
example.
on your fabric, you can make it as stark or as subtle as you want.
Definitely.
Now, these blew my mind.
Okay,
This is
so
a good idea.
Allison, tell us about these, because you put these ones together for us.
So these are just an
Right
example
here.
of the kind of the 4-patch, and we did those more as a circle, and this is just so.
Do you see the curve?
Yeah, you see the curve. So the funny part about this is I was making this, my husband comes in, and this is the first one we did that I said, hey, does that look like an apple? And he's like, yeah, not really. But I can definitely tell that other one's an orange.
Oh, you said no,
Not
no,
an
no,
orange.
No.
I mean, that is
It's a pumpkin. It's a pumpkin.
So anyway, but it was just so fun just taking those blocks and making the circle, and then what can we do with circles as far as table runner?
Exactly. And so when you think about this, this is the exact same block that Kyle just showed, but the orange
Is towards the center.
is towards the center instead of the outside. Do you see that? And the
I do. Oh, yeah. Cool.
The light bulb is going on. Okay. So see, it's the same block, Kyle. So you could absolutely do this
Yeah,
one.
and then here's one for Christmas that it's a
Cute.
It's an ornament or a wreath.
And you
that
spread them
cute?
apart so you can.
Yeah, I actually just put a strip right down the middle so that.
Did you do that all on your
Added
own?
a bow.
Absolutely, Kyle, all on my own.
Good job.
So smart.
I'm very proud.
No, this is really a great idea because you could take these same size blocks, you can make it as a small piece, or you could put, multiples
Yes.
in together for a larger quilt, which would be really fun too. So what do you think about that? Yeah, there you blew your mind.
Yeah.
I like it. So
I
very,
just
very
love
fun.
these.
Yeah,
Well, that's
really
called
cute.
the junk drawer.
Yeah.
I may not keep scraps, but I do keep junk. And so that is where I got
That's
those.
really cute,
Your
Allison.
junk drawer looks different than mine.
Oh,
There you go.
no, just dig deeper.
Oh, okay.
Just dig deeper. So this is perfect. So this is really how
cute.
it's creating more of a circle than rather,
I like how
Oh.
I have to just say this again. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm in charge today, okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like you're on the outskirts.
We'll
I'm going to be
just-
right over here.
We'll just push right over here,
Give me a little
Kyle.
bit of power. I like that you put that down.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Done.
Okay, there you go. Wow.
Moving on.
Okay, so, and then this one is a beautiful quilt that
Oh, this is
Rebecca
gorgeous.
also did. In fact, I think we're going to have to stand up for this one. But look how fun that is with all these different scrappy colors.
You've got to show the back of that too.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Wow. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very pretty.
wow.
So what were you going to say about this one?
That I love it.
That you love
Do you see
it?
the curves?
Yes.
There's
I've
curves.
seen the curves. They are
That's
all
cool.
over.
That's cool.
So-
And don't we have scrap bags?
And what a great,
Yes, we do.
great use of
Scrap
scraps. I
buster.
mean, this makes me want to keep maybe a few scraps
Yeah.
around.
Liar,
Maybe.
liar.
Yeah, I really like that as well. So there's lots of different possibilities. Don't think of it just as a one and done.
Do I always have to have my background white?
No, look, I didn't look at this one. There's
Just
no,
asking
there's no
for a
white
friend.
background on that.
Asking for a friend.
Good job.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Somebody
I
needs to
don't
tell
know.
Kyle that your quilts can be your own and you can do whatever the crap you
I like
want.
to know all the rules. That I don't
But do you follow them? No. And that's okay.
Kyle,
really
for
good.
you, always keep your background white, always.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can never go away from that. Yeah, no, that's really pretty. I mean, let's think about it in another way too. Let's say you wanted to do, I know this seems a little strange, but my mind's just kind of twirling
We
right
blew
now.
your mind today.
Yes, you did. So what about if this were a basketball quilt, for example? And so you
Great
had
idea.
the
Or
oranges
baseball.
or baseball or something like that. And then maybe you had the school colors. So maybe the school colors were black and orange, so you could have a black background with the orange basketball. I mean, there's lots of ways you can take this.
That's a good idea. My
You know what?
grandson's way into baseball.
That's why we call thing number 3
The discover.
The discover.
That's awesome.
Because there's
That's
always
a
things
good
that
idea.
you can discover to take
Hockey
things a little
pucks.
bit beyond. Hockey pucks would be perfect.
And I love the thought that if you invest in a ruler, that you can use it multiple ways because nothing is more frustrating than you're like, oh, you want me to pay $57.95, which is not what this ruler
I was
costs.
going to say.
Not
But
even
I mean,
close.
and I get to use it one time.
Yeah.
I love the thought of
Yeah.
using it over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. It was a fun ruler.
Good.
I really did like it.
You did? I'm so glad.
I
and
will
you
use
did
it
a great job.
I have to say that I can't remember, and you'll have to Google it, but there was a darling one where they actually did an ice cream cone
Oh,
that I
yes.
saw online.
Get out.
That the top is the ice cream, and then they inverted, and they did brown here, inverted those, so the bottom came up as your cone.
I mean,
Not
again,
not our
possibilities.
pattern, but if you go out there and search, that it was really a cute idea.
I'm
That's a great idea.
Okay.
That's a great idea. How fun.
Sounds
All
like
right.
fun, but it
well,
sounded complicated.
you know what? The thing is that's so fun about quilting is that there are so many different techniques you can do. And with the new rulers that are coming out, the possibilities are truly endless. So
Yes.
thank you so much, Kyle, for sharing that with us today.
Great
and,
show, you too.
I really enjoyed seeing all the different examples as well. So shout out to Rebecca. Thank you
Try
for
the
those.
ruler. Even if you don't have the QR code, go in and watch about the ruler.
Watch Kyle.
We have so many things. We have
Good
so many
idea.
things on new releases and on comments sold tonight. So we have the ruler, we have the kit, we have the downloadable pattern, we have the rotating mat, and I even threw a few because you're going to need a fresh blade. So I threw a fresh blade on there too.
Oh,
so
yes.
all the
Very,
things.
very important.
All the
I
things.
love chewing through my fabric
Yeah.
because I don't want to change it yet.
Does it remind you of
Do not saw. There you go. All right, everyone. Well, speaking of comments sold, tonight, 6 p.m., brand new time.
Where did
Brand
I
new
put,
time?
so
Where
make
did I
sure put our fun examples?
Because you got to go
right
to
over
bed.
here.
You got to go to bed tonight. Okay.
Our
Got it.
East Coast friends need to go to bed.
Yeah.
For sure.
See, I'm still an East Coaster.
We've moved it a little bit up. Just
Good
so
job.
6 p.m. And we want to give you a sneak peek of a couple of the
I love
different
this.
projects that are going to be on
Love
tonight.
this.
First off, this is one that I think is adorable.
Yes.
This is so cute.
Much anticipated.
Yes. It's been in the
darling.
works for quite a while, and this is an MGQS exclusive. This is the Easter table runner, and this is all pieced. All right, so those of you who love piecing, here you go.
And it
gonna
wasn't
take
hard.
a quick look more up close at this because you have some chenille carrot tops
I
going
think that
on
really
right here.
added.
The rickrack against the little eggs are absolutely adorable. The bunnies are so, so cute. And so we'll have kits as well as the pattern available tonight.
Nice.
Another pattern that we have available, and this is one that I actually did a few years ago. However, this is called Easter Around the Block. And this one is more applique. So you have a little bit of piecing along the bottom here, but more applique. Now, the reason why we brought this back this year was because now the appliques have also been digitized, where we didn't have that before. So those of you who are machine embroiderers, if you want the quickest little table runner to
How
put
come
together,
I had to applique like that and not embroider
I
it?
know you're going to have to do it again.
Okay. Okay.
So this this kit is also available tonight, and the embroidery version
Can I tell
will
you
be
something?
part of it. What's that?
In your kit, look at the back.
Yes. Go ahead and tell
So
them.
your backing, you're going to piece all your extra pieces.
Yep.
So you've got your back and everything.
All together as
Yep.
one.
Yep.
So you're taking what's left from here,
I
from
love a
up
piece
here.
backing.
So I do too. There's something really
I
special
love that if you
about a
spill,
piece
just flip
backing.
it over, and then
Yeah, that's a
good idea.
if you don't put anything under that
two
plant.
in one.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
There you go. So be sure to join us tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for a new time, same place on for Comments Sold.
And who's doing it tonight? You too?
Yes.
Yes.
We sure are.
All right.
Yeah.
We got the duo.
Hey, you can come hang out with us if you want.
I have to go to bed by then.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Yes, Diane, the pattern is in the club on this one.
Yes.
So, all right, friends. Well, we hope you have had a wonderful time today for Three Things Live.
Thank you to our studio audience.
Yes. And, you know, the thing about girlfriends is we just like to keep it real, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
We're just regular people, just like you, who love
Struggling
to
through
sew.
those rulers just like you.
Yeah, that's right. So
I didn't struggle at all.
no,
okay.
it was a teaching lesson.
Yes.
Yeah, it was planned.
But I did tell these guys to go, rah, 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 Kyle. Thank you.
There we go. All right, everyone.
Kyle. That's why I'm not on Comment Sold.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, we sure love all of you. Thank you so much for being with us each and every day. This wraps up for this week.
Wow,
Wednesday.
yeah, it's Where's this week
But
gone?
Don't forget, next week we're going back to the basics.
Okay.
We're kind of liking these back to the basics
Oh,
weeks.
yes. It helps
Because
so
last time we did
much.
back to basics, we talked about borders. This next week we're talking about binding.
Oh my word, can we all
Binding.
get refreshers or tips on binding? Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So definitely tune in on Monday as we do a special St. Patrick's
Are
Day
you going
show
to teach us
and
that
do
we
binding.
can put it on with machine?
Definitely. Yes, we're
Oh,
going to do
and
all
what
the
is
things.
Wednesday?
Wednesday
Is
is book club.
day.
Yes.
My husband stayed up all night finishing that book last night. I was laughing my guts out because I'm like, this is such a girly book for you to be reading.
And he loved it, though.
And he did. He gets up in the morning and he comes in and he goes, I figured out the end.
So good.
My husband
Such a good
listened
book.
to it, too.
So anyway, book club next Wednesday. So be sure
I'm
to
ready.
join us for that as well. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep doing all the things you love, and we hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.